is the way in which this interview should be conducted. All right, so let us proceed.
3, 2, 1.
I mean, I started traveling internationally by myself by the time I was 12, so faith was a huge part of my life and kind of kept me sane.
And then faith is, integral to who I am. First it's who I am and what I'm all about. But secondly, when you're going through and taking the road that I took to get here, you better have faith. You better have faith in yourself, and you better have faith in something bigger, that there's a bigger plan and purpose here. And I think that's what continued to drive me, is to believe that God created me for this, and that I just had to do my part and stick with it, and that he would open the road for me, and that's exactly what I saw.
That's really what this game is about. It's about players making the plays that your team needs to win, and we have a lot of them that have done that. So, I think as a coach, you want to make sure you don't screw that up.
It should only be understood that we wish to maintain the highest level of integrity. That doesn't mean that we always make the right choices and we do the right things in all of our lives. We make mistakes, we screw up, we misinterpret a situation, and we don't handle it properly. And it's not, the integrity is demonstrated by how you come out of that, I think, not by the fact that you falter and you err. We dwell so much on the issue that it's, I think really the crucial aspect of this is, how do you respond? Do you face up to the truth? Do you get to it, and do you work to do the right thing? And even then we make mistakes. We continue to falter, but that's not because we're not trying to act with the highest of standards. So
we had to focus on being selfless, for one another, to play for each other. And we kind of talked about, the idea of today I play for you, that idea. And so that's kind of been our motto in terms of practice, in terms of playing games especially. It's not about me, or it's not about this guy over here, that guy. We have so many guys that care about one another, and we want to play for each other, we want to win for each other, and that's why we are today.
Some guys love to talk to us. Other guys, they don't.
Everybody was on the same page, and that's why we wasn't winning early on. We wasn't on the same page. No negative thoughts. We don't have room for that to creep in, because it's contagious, just like positive energy is contagious. But just to see us click and to see us move as one, that's when we're at our best.
It's hard in our lifestyle, but I don't think it's harder than anybody else. I think people have struggles every day, and we're no different than anybody else. Like I said, I've been so blessed. It's such an opportunity to have, such men of faith around me, and that's such a benefit, because even in the darkest times of my life, when I want to try to run away from God and be as far away as I can, I've got those men around me that help to act as God's hands to bring me back. So having a team chaplain in the building, having men on the team that are trying to walk with Jesus is such a great benefit.
A lot of people try to prioritize their life in a certain way when all these other things can go away. Distraction. All the other things on the outside can really just take away from what's really important, and that's faith. Your faith is my foundation. It's found in Christ, and He is the Lord of my life, and everything else goes based off of that.
This is Zach Moore. You're watching FSBN, Faith, Family, and Sports.
Favorite Super Bowl memory for you?
1985 into 86, when the devastating Bears beat the Patriots and beat them big, and Refrigerator Perry scored a touchdown. The Super Bowl shuffle group, they won something like 46-10 and just squashed them.
Being a pro athlete, how do you live a Christ-centered life in the midst of all that?
Yeah, well, I don't think it's easy. I don't think, the road is narrow. I don't think a lot of people are able to do that. I don't think in any area of life it's going to be easy. I think that's the challenge of it. And I think that we're all put here in the NFL for a specific reason, because God knew we had that sort of characteristic that could handle that.
I wouldn't have football if it wasn't for my faith and my family. I mean, that's one of the things that I always lean on when things get rough, things get tired, when I really don't want to do, or I have to practice, got to do this, my body feeling like this. I have a bad day at work. I go home and see my family, my kids. They so innocent. The only thing they want to do is they want to play. They want to tell me about school. They want to do, And it kind of put everything in perspective when you look at it, because no matter what I'm going through in life, you know, I always can go home and have that feeling that I'm not a loser, or I'm not this, or I'm not that. And that's a luxury of having a good family. And that's one thing I cherish the most. Everybody who know me know how I feel about my family. I would take family over football any day. My family of faith, I would take it over football any day. But I'm lucky to be at the level I'm at just because of what I've accomplished, because of my family and my faith, and being dedicated to what I do is football. So without that, I wouldn't be who I am, and I understand that, and I cherish those moments with my family, with my faith, my friends. I cherish all of that.
Oh, absolutely. I think in that order: faith first, family second, and football third. Always been that way for me and my family. I think that's how you need to approach the game. There's a lot of football is important, but there's things that are a little more important than football.
Hey guys, Jess Stainbrook here. Super Bowl 49. We're having a blast. We couldn't actually make this happen without you. It's your support, it's your donations that allow us to produce these packages to put out to ministries all over the world. So we ask for your help and your support. Go to 1615.tv. You can click on the contact page and there's a donate button there. We'd love to have you guys in the audience. We'd love to use this as an outreach. Thanks for supporting us in all we do.